Welcome to the first episode of Pro Play Now Online, where in this video, I'm gonna give you a mini tutorial for a signature athlete for a specific team. I'll take that team to Play Now Online to showcase some of his best signature moves. And in episode 1, we have NBA champ Jayson Tatum himself as our first signature athlete for Pro Play Now Online. I'm gonna give you a mini tutorial on how to unlock some of his signature animations, give you a few signature combos and tips on which animations you want to avoid. I'll also show you some of my philosophies in terms of play calling for a specific team. So welcome to the first episode of Pro Play Now Online. Let's get started with the Jayson Tatum tutorial. But before we get started with the sauce, let's get started with the basics, and we want to start with the dribble style push cross. Jayson Tatum has pro dribble style, so from a standstill position, you want to hold R2 and hold the left stick to the left or to the right for a quick crossover. If you push the left stick up left or up right, you will get that slow crossover right there. And just take a look at the difference in speed in your crossover launch if you choose the wrong crossover animation. The second animation, the quick push cross, is preferable because of the wind up of the slow push cross that you see right there. That is telegraphed, that's not going to fool anybody, and that's going to get clamped up easily. So the first combo I want you to do is the double front crossover. So with the ball in your right hand, tap the right stick up left to up right very quickly. With the ball in your left hand, just opposite inputs, up right and then up left. So add a between the legs crossover either at the beginning of the two-step to add some more different variations to your dribble combos. You can also add it after the two-step in order to create a different version, just making sure that you keep in rhythm. Keep the right push cross animation as your setup so you can create some nice combos. The next combo I want you to do is simple. Hold R2 and then tap the right stick up to get Jayson Tatum's aggressive breakdown dribble. Now without holding R2, you will get this slower rhythm dribble, which is his regular breakdown dribble. I like to use these in combination to prolong my combos and create different variations of Tatum's signature animations. So for example, out of the Tatum two-step, let's combo that with an aggressive breakdown dribble into a regular breakdown dribble into Jayson Tatum's signature side hop jumper, which is done by holding R2 and holding the right stick to the right. And the last set of animations I want you to focus on is to make sure that in transition you use Jayson Tatum's moving signature crossovers. A lot of these are really great. They cover a wide range of space and combo well with Jayson Tatum's step back jumpers, different finishes like his Euro steps. It's a really great set of moving crossovers. Now, a few animations you want to avoid with Tatum. You want to avoid taking that leaner to the right or to the left. It's very slow and easily defended. Instead, I want you to hold R2 and hold the right stick down, either moving right or to the left. His step back jumpers create a lot of separation. And before we get started with the Play Now Online game, the first challenge I want to present myself is to make sure I hit at least one of Jayson Tatum's sidestep animations. Now, two specific to the Boston Celtics. Sam Hauser might have one of the worst jumpers in all of 2K, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's Max Trust 2K23 levels of bad. We need to hit at least 2 3-pointers with Sam Hauser. And the third challenge is to make sure that we win by more than 10 points ideally, even though we're going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. So the first thing I noticed was that the camera angle isn't the one that I'm usually using. Thankfully, I got a steal, quickly paused and changed the camera angle. Now my opponent immediately fouls me for a transition take foul, so I take the easy 1-0 lead. Now, the game plan here is to make my offense structured in such a way that Jayson Tatum is our primary scorer. If you are playing Play Now modes, you want to make sure that your best player is the center of your offense. And here, I'm already putting pressure on my defender by calling a few down screen plays for Jayson Tatum, and we're already maximizing that step back animation, which I told you about. Now here, I was sleeping on defense. I changed a few settings and didn't keep track of my opponent. That's on me, that's my bad. And in terms of play calling, the thing that I would like to recommend is to get into two-man actions with some of your best players. In this case, down screen for JT, Jaylen Brown sets another screen, forcing our opponent to react. What do you want to give up? And in that case, he sagged off and played drop defense with Chris Middleton, so I just hit him with an easy step back jumper. Quick 4 points for JT. And look at this right here. Just use that hands up defense. If they don't standing dunk cheese you, just hold the hands up. And I'm very disappointed in my execution right there. Always be sure to secure the possession first. Play Now Online and any of the 2K game modes are all about maximizing possessions, and I haven't really done that in my first 2 defensive possessions. Again, defender was quickly putting pressure on us, so just attack that gap on defense. And for an easy quick 2, 6 points for JT, and I like where my offense is going. And this right here, do not test Jrue Holiday on defense, baby. And in this possession, I just want to showcase some of my principles in terms of on-ball defense. You will rarely see me gamble. What I like to do is make sure that I am positionally in between the basket and my man to make sure that the middle shading indicator is lit. Give my opponent the hardest time possible on defense. Move those feet, move those puppies, no gambles on defense, and make sure that our defense is positionally sound. Here, even though I got a great move once again, I'm showing you why you should not take leaners with Jayson Tatum. They will get you in trouble, even though that was an open shot. Once again, great on-ball defense by me, and if you are shooting with Brook Lopez, you gotta prove it to me, baby. So quick transition attack right here with JB, that's Chris Middleton. Just take the slow decel Euro step for another easy 2 points, and we're up 9-4. Looking good, feeling great on defense. Offensive execution has been spectacular, and once again we create a steal on defense, attack the paint, see what numbers we can produce. Great closeout right there by my opponent. Nothing going in terms of movement, so here I just call for an isolation and then ask for a pick from KP. I notice that my defender is already playing the screen, so we just force the defense to collapse, kick it out to JT for an easy 3, and just like that we're up 12-4. And man, let me tell you, man, this dude, Jrue Holiday on defense is an absolute dog. My opponent, his main offense was trying to get something off with Damian Lillard, and let me tell you, Jrue Holiday was having none of it. Forcing guys like Patrick Beverley to create, this is what you want to avoid in Play Now Online. Your best players have to be the ones initiating the offense. In no situation should you be letting guys like Patrick Beverley run your offense. And take a look at this right here. For the first challenge, we got it down. Our first Jayson Tatum signature sidestep jumper. Easy 3 points. We got challenge number 1 complete. Breaking down Giannis on offense once again for another easy 2 points. And Jayson Tatum was absolutely cooking in that first quarter with 14 easy points. So now that we got the first challenge done, we have to get the second challenge done while we have a comfortable lead, and that's try to hit 2 3-pointers with Sam Hauser, which I'm not really looking forward to. So if I score on all 3 challenges, I will be able to pick the next Play Now Online team that I will be using. So if I fail on just even one, the comment section will determine my next team. The comment with the most likes will be the next team that I will showcase, but the only stipulation is that that team should have a guy with a good pro play set of animations. You can already see that the challenge is kicking my ass. That was an open Sam Hauser shot, and because it was so slow, I couldn't even get it off. To make things worse, Sam Hauser is horrible on defense. I was positionally right there, but unfortunately, we weren't able to get to it. And take a look at this, man. I was wide open. I thought that I had that timing down, but I don't think I'm gonna make the Sam Hauser challenge right now. Again, simple 2-man action between Jayson Tatum and KP, and if you got a stretch big with a great jump shot and Play Now Online, that's already a huge advantage. And if you got a team like Boston Celtics who also has great defenders everywhere, that's an even bigger one. And I know that this is a Jayson Tatum showcase, but let's give some love to the Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown was definitely the Boston Celtics' best player throughout the playoffs. And it's good to see him get some recognition because he's often overlooked. I just wanted to showcase, even though that was a missed shot, Basically structuring your offense and making sure that you have a certain flow, forcing the defense on ball and off ball to react will lead to easier opportunities for you and your team. And once again, because we already hit an open three with KP, that forced the defense to overreact, and we even had that chance to hit a Kristaps Porzingis slow Euro step right there. And if you're using the Boston Celtics, Peyton Pritchard is actually underrated in this game. He's got a smooth jumper. I've already used one of his jump shot bases for one of my career templates. Got a smooth jumper, underrated finisher, decent enough defender, not the best, but he's a serviceable backup point guard that you don't lose much out on offense. And this is my first Play Now online game this year, so I already had some issues with some jump shot timings, but you know what? In terms of the first games, the debut games for the year, couldn't have started out any better. Our defense was on point in terms of on-ball and rotations. Our offense execution has been really great, shooting 65% from the field in the first half. Let's see if we can build on this into the third quarter. And if you watched my previous video, what did I say? Let the defense beat themselves. He jumped there for no reason at all. Jumped again because he was hyper aggressive. Easy up and under for an easy 2 points. And what did I tell you in our mini tutorial? Jayson Tatum's moving crossover animations are some of my favorite in the game. Just take a look at how quick that was. Crossed Giannis out of his pants, and even though Big Brook Lopez was right there, we hit the tough Euro with layup timing on. That was a red contest. Jayson Tatum, let me tell you, man, Jayson Tatum is absolutely elite in this game mode. And man, take a look at this. We even got Peyton Pritchard cooking Chris Middleton out there, man. After hitting Chris Middleton with that nasty ha-ha crossover, take a look at this cradle layup, accepting that physicality and scoring for an easy 2 points. And man, Jaylen Brown's Euro steps are super underrated in this game. I know he's got his own layup package. You might want to give it a look. Some of those layup animations are super underrated. Jaylen Brown definitely a fun player to use and someone I might consider using a little bit more if I do decide on using the Boston Celtics in another Play Now online game. So now we're up 25 points with the game pretty much done. We're able to showcase Jayson Tatum using some of the moves that I showed in my tutorial very well. Here I am wanting to try and see if I can unlock some post sauce, but the dude was an absolute cone on defense at this point. I can't blame the man. You know, he's down by 25 points, probably just wants the game to be over with. But we're trying to still get better because this is our first Play Now online game, making sure that our offensive execution is on point, and once again that is our second Jayson Tatum signature side hop jumper, making sure that we cross out that challenge one more. Also, even though I didn't show this in the tutorial, don't sleep on Jayson Tatum's escape dribbles. At this point, man, it was unfortunate that the reason why I couldn't get more games was because my capture card was acting up a little bit. We ended up beating our opponent by 21 points, shooting 51% overall to end the game. Like I said, I was having troubles with my inputs earlier, so I had to jack up a few shots. Jayson Tatum ended up with 27 points, 12 for 20 field goal percentage, 3 for 6 from 3. Leading rebounder as well, Jaylen Brown with 10 points. This was such a fun game. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the format of Pro Play Now online. Headed into episode 2, I got a few more people I want to check out before we get into the comment section. But since we didn't accomplish the challenge, comment in the comment section below which team you'd like me to showcase next and which superstar you'd like me to highlight in terms of the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this new game mode, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.